Today, I'm going to be answering questions for people who have asked them in past videos or through email, questions that were meant specifically for the Archangels. I've already opened a direct link, a direct ladder to the Archangels. And so we're going to leave ourselves open to any of the Archangels that want to come, not just specific ones. And I'm going to read a question, let myself fall into this bridge connection to the Archangels, and any Archangel that steps forward to answer that question will begin to speak through me. So just relax in, get into a calm and meditative state where you're open and ready to receive. Because even though these questions were asked by specific people for them, the angels work collectively, and I can almost guarantee that some of these answers are for many of you, not just for one of you. So heart to heart, we have this connection. Straight up to heaven, we have this connection. And the first question that's asked comes from Graham Crackers, and she says, how can I serve in this lifetime? I do see Archangel Raziel coming in. I see mushrooms, so I'm feeling mycelium as if there's an underground network and connection. And we're going to let this Archangel step in and answer this question for this person and for all of you. I work closely with your personal Archangel. Metatron works with you on a daily basis. You know how to read the future and all of the ancient wisdoms that are there. There might be a block in the heart space that needs to be removed like a rock, like a heaviness. And once this has been removed, you will float upwards, and you will be able to see and receive all possible timelines. Once this is removed, you may feel ungrounded, unsure, untamed, unrooted. But it is meant to be done. Childhood bliss can be missed. Just let the heaviness go. Your purpose has mostly been accomplished. I think you are 90% of the way there as far as your frequency reads. There's just the heaviness to be removed. But even then, that didn't answer your question. How can I serve in this lifetime? You serve through collective healing because of your ancient wisdoms and ability to read timelines. Your claircognizance connects you in with these timelines at all times. Even when you are not aware of it, you are channeling and you are connected. You understand the things that are to come. Therefore, your interpersonal interactions and reactions help guide everyone around you. So you serve through healing the collective, through guidance. You guide the collective through the wisdom that's given directly to you, through the knowledge that's dropped into your mind. And every person that you come into contact with, on some level, you are guiding them. You are guiding them towards the path they're meant to be on. And this is a beautiful thing. I am Michael. Part of your path and part of this heaviness that needs to be removed has also been part of your path. The heaviness that you have felt has served you up into a point in this part of your life because you have the ability to work with the dead, with the dying, to cross souls over. So while you have gifts on opposite sides of the spectrum, with Metatron to see timelines and collective healing, and with me to cross over the dead and the dying, to see into the depths and the darkness of the soul. You have always been on your path and you have always been serving. Metatron is correct, though. There will come a time when you let go of the heaviness that keeps you connected to those you are trying to cross over. And you will purely just do intergalactic work. You will purely do collective work. You will purely do the timeline work through the knowledge that's brought to you. And when that day comes, do not have grief. I will always be nearby. And you always have the ability to cross people over when you need to cross over souls, to connect to the angels. Your frequency will simply change, and then your purpose will have been completed. What a beautiful question. Our next question comes from Sunny Intuition, and she wanted to connect in with Raziel and see if there were any messages. So we're going to see if Raziel wants to come in. And this looks like an atomic bomb. It's been a long time. I'm always watching, though. I speak of ancient wisdoms. There is a lot of ancient wisdoms, old keys written in your DNA. And I help you unlock it as we go. You've come very, very far, and most of your DNA is already activated. Are you ready? I will send you another activation now. You have done well. I sense there are many people here watching. So anyone with this particular DNA, this ancient wisdom, it will now be unlocked for you to be able to access and use. This feels a bit like chains falling off around this part of your body. You're welcome. There is the presence of Metatron in one of the forms that it comes, as if just long eyeballs. It's a beautiful, strong presence, but it's not channeling words, it's channeling in energy. So just be open to the frequency you're receiving. It appears to be weaving through the DNA. next time you want to connect in with ancient wisdoms, for you specifically, just remember that that archangel is like an old friend, one that you return to for nostalgia, because now you're moving forward. You have what you need, and you can move forward and succeed. You only go back to remember your roots, to remember where you come from, to remember the drama and the drums and the dancing and the awakening, because that inspires you to keep moving forward on your hard days. I am Raphael. You have healing hands. We had a few angels come in for that one. This next question is for Mary Lou. How do soul contracts with animals work? And this person had a question whether the contracts were different for wild animals as they were for pets. So we're going to leave ourselves open to see which angel would like to answer animal soul contracts. I see Gabriel and Zadkiel coming forward. Gabriel seems to want to go first. Just making sure it's on. There, I'm seeing a large eagle, like a big bird. And if this bird were to have a contract, would it be to fly through the sky? Yes, it would be to experience what it's like to be high in the sky. Because a purpose is what humans seek in their life. Animals simply live a purpose without seeking it. All of your purposes are to experience what you came here to experience. The good, the bad. You're simply here to experience life through the eyes that you incarnated into. And through learning all of the things that you come here to learn, you become what you're meant to become. An eagle has a contract to be an eagle, to see how small and mundane things are way below, to feel the bigness of being supported, of being high up, of knowing that they won't fall. I am Zadkiel. Much as Gabriel said, we all have a purpose. We all incarnate with a contract that says what we are here to be, what we are here to experience, what we are here to learn, what our bodies will look like. The difference between a wild animal and a pet is simply a matter of life path. A wild animal might be meant to experience the wild animal things, to kill or be killed, to find shelter, to raise a family, to cross a path with a human or other animal, to face fear and adversity, to live freely. A pet has a specific contract with a human. I first want you to understand that pets never belong to you. That doesn't mean you belong to them either. But yet they are there of their destiny design and free will choice because of contracts set prior. And there are many different paths that could have taken place. But the two of you, the owner and the pet, aligning at just the right time is what makes the bond so beautiful. And sometimes these pets have a contract to be with you, the human, for a certain amount of time to help you get through something, to help you learn, to help teach you patience and kindness, compassion, to keep you from being lonely so you can continue your journey. There are many different reasons they have a contract and many different contracts to have. Uriel, remember that all animals also carry contracts from their past lives, same as you. So sometimes they may have illnesses, sometimes they may have anxieties and fears that have nothing to do with this life, and they may not understand where it comes from any more than you do. It's simply in their energetic DNA. These contracts can either be healed through a healer connecting with their consciousness, or it will be healed in time as they go through their lives, their cycles. There is a perfect design. And you may realize that even without interception of healing for animals and humans alike, through your lifetimes are designed to bring you experience and healing from negative experiences. So even if you never once had a healing session with another human, your life path would eventually bring you health and healing in this life or the next. I am the spirit of Saul. I am not an archangel, but I think it's okay that I'm here. I have a direct message for you. You are worn. You are tired. You are giving up hope. Trust and have faith. If not in man, then in divinity. Miracles abound when you open your mind to understand that you do not understand. There is no way for you to know. Your mind is an enemy or a miracle. There's a grandmother coming in now. Goodness, we've opened up for everybody with this question. There's a grandmother coming in. She's just saying hello. Lots of love being sent. Okay. The next question is for Elizabeth. And Elizabeth has asked us to clarify the statement, wisdom is eternal, knowledge is external. So let's see who comes for us. Wisdom is eternal, knowledge is external. Jophiel here. I'm sending you a frequency that you will not understand. But the heavens will move, your soul will stir, and your root will anchor. Feel it. Even if it feels like a storm, know that you are held and protected and safe. Humans always want to be the wolf or the shepherd. No one likes to think of themselves as the sheep. But sometimes it feels good to know that you are shepherded, that you are simply hand-fed on the finest of grass, right where you stand. That there is always someone out there watching the forest and the trees, making sure you are safe. And while this is something you may know in your mind, you may tell yourself, I am safe, I am protected, I am divinely guided. Do you know this in your heart? Do you feel this? Knowledge is something that you can learn, that you can hear someone say, that you can read in a book, that you can repeat as an affirmation. Wisdom is something deeper. It's something you feel. It's something you've experienced, you've witnessed, you've felt and gone through. You can know how car accidents occur, but until you've gone through one, understanding how it feels, what led up to it, how to heal from it, and how to avoid it happening again, you do not have the wisdom of a car accident, only the knowledge. The same is true for all spirituality, for all learnings, for all guidance. You can read it in a book, you can hear a teacher say it, you can repeat it many times, but until you see it and feel it and experience it, and as a human, experiencing something means having an emotional trigger or change to it. We experience through having emotional journeys through a story, from start to finish. When you learn it for yourself, it becomes wisdom, something taught through personal experience. This is why most often we think of our elders as being wise, because they have lived very long lives, and most often when they speak, it is a personal story or testimony that they speak of. But there are babes being born with wisdom now. There are aliens coming. There are angels among us. This is a time of great wisdom at very young ages. The 11-year-old will prophesy. The 3-year-old will see visions. The 2-year-old will speak tongues, angel tongues. And you are not lost among them. You ask of wisdom because you have it. So loosen your tongue and speak it. Tell your story. I am Uriel, and I am back with a flaming sword. I hold a flaming sword in the book of knowledge. I give you inspiration in order to learn, to keep learning, to keep moving forward, to keep overflowing. This is a time of much, much learning, a time of fire. You may ask why or want to know more, and I am not to give you that information right now. Simply know this is a heightened time of energy. You will be given much inspiration, much learning. You will seek and grow. And the collective will bubble with it. Heaven can be reached. Death speaks. There's always a light in the gallows. Let yourself be free. Thank you, Elizabeth, for your question. If you need any clarifiers, just let me know. Any of these questions that we're channeling, sometimes angels can be overly offering of information or underly clear about things. It's true to their nature. So any clarifiers or extra questions that come from these, just comment and I'll address them on my next video. Our next question is also from Elizabeth. How can we fully discern the message from a dream or a card pull? One of your personal guides is actually coming in to answer this question. And this guide seems to talk really, really fast and kind of be very, kind of like this. So bear with me while I get that message. But this personal guide, it seems to be saying that there's a reason and a design to you not having full clarity with every card pull and with every dream. There's an abstract level of which information comes through sometimes, a lot of times, and it's meant to be this way so that the information brought in will continue working on a subconscious level day and night throughout all of your interactions and actions. So while this guide is being a little sassy, like you don't need to know everything kind of thing, I'm bringing extra clarification to this, that when we receive information that's very straightforward, it means this exact thing, our conscious mind seems to take that and do one thing with the one thing that we've learned. But if we have something very abstract, if we have something that can have many different meanings to it or could fit in many different slots, our subconscious continues to chew on that, to masticate that, to work on that, and it is able to take hold in many different areas of our lives, not just one little step that we do consciously. So your guides are telling me that they're actually working on a lot of different things with you all at one time. And so if your messages aren't completely 100% clear answers, they're not meant to be, and that's okay. You're meant to work on them, to masticate them, to let them grow in many different areas of your life. But I feel like there's been one very specific question that you've been asking a lot, or at least multiple times, and you really want a very clear-cut message or answer to that. And we all have koi guides, but I keep hearing that you already know the answer to that question. And asking it again is not going to change the answer or validate what you want to hear. You already know the answer, and they're just waiting on you to act on it. And acting on it, taking that next step, is going to give you what you need, the confidence, the assurity, the faith and belief in the universe that will level you into the next phase of your life. So just hold to those messages. Thank you. You can leave. Your guide is really sassy. Really sassy. And they don't like being told that they're sassy. I'm sorry. Okay. Our next question is from Linda. And Linda wants to know, is Archangel Michael around her daily, on a daily basis? I'm calling to Michael, and he's immediately like, I'm doing something right now. I have things to do. We have a question for you, Michael. Well, he doesn't want to sit in my body right now. He seems to think that I'm not sitting appropriately. I don't know what that means, Michael. Angels can be finicky. Sometimes. I am always near you. I am always with you. You may not feel me at times, but my consciousness is big. I wrap the world in my wings. And there are those that I visit often. I must go to the dying. I must go to the sick, to the ill. I must work with Zadkiel and Raphael. But I am always with you. I am always filling you with my presence. You just don't always need me. I am always reachable. It's like the click in. All you have to do is click in to me, and I'm there. And once again, we have a spirit coming in that's not an archangel for this person. I'm seeing something that looks like a father figure, masculine in nature. And this particular figure says, I'm proud of you and what you've become. You may not have always shown it, but now I see where we're all going. And none of that old stuff matters. I'm sorry. I love you. And as the soul started going away, I felt like a let's go kind of thing. So this feels like you guys are going to meet again sometime in the future. Duck medicine is coming in for you at this particular time. And for those of you who don't know, all animals have their own spiritual teachings, their own wisdoms. And so when we get certain animals coming in with medicine, just leave yourself open to that energy of that animal and those teachings, and you'll receive exactly what you're meant to. With duck medicine, for you in particular, I'm seeing a message about how you're always afloat, about how you're always afloat. No matter what happens, what heaviness is there, what trials you're going through, you're always just on top of the water. You're never drowning, you're never pulled under, you're just right on top. And now I'm seeing like a whole line of people lining up. Grandmothers, great grandmothers, I'm sorry, great great grandmothers, uncles, just ancestors, all kinds of ancestors. So, right now, let's do this for all of you. Right now, all of you watching this, I want you just to close your eyes and leave yourself open to receiving the blessings of your ancestors. You chose the ancestors that you incarnated to very specifically because they had energetic DNA that aligned with your spiritual purpose and what you wanted to experience in this particular life, with the gifts that you wanted, the spiritual gifts that you wanted to learn and grow in this life. So leave yourself open to those ancestors. Feel them surrounding you, laying their hands on you, blowing blessings on you, love, gifts. Feel just an influx of spiritual gifts, of love, of blessings, of hope, of trust, of understanding, of connection. Just feel love dropping into you like a light. And they are all taking on their flashlights to help guide you into your specific path forward. We're going to thank them. You can sit in this as long as you need to. I have one more question today. This one comes from Anita, and she asks how to better connect with the Archangel Metatron. Metatron has made an appearance or two today, so let's see if he's open to answering this question. Meditate. Sink in. Be still. Only through stillness of more than a minute, of more than 7 minutes, only through that sort of stillness and focus do you open and align all of your chakras and energy centers at one time. And there you will find me, past the crown, when the crown aligns with the heavens. When you feel yourself sinking into the floor, breathing into the walls. That's where I'll be. I'm the vehicle of light that connects you to the heavens. And only when you are patient enough, I do not say capable because you are all capable, but only when you are patient enough to reach that high frequency. Can you reach me? But I can reach you wherever you are. And I come to you when you need me. When we have destiny to talk about. When we have future things to talk about. When what you're creating needs guidance. So don't worry about connecting to me. I come to you. But when you choose to connect to me, you don't just have to raise your vibration through healing work. That might be part of the process, but it's not the whole process. The process is simply being still enough to allow the connection to happen. Because I know you, and quite often the connection will either break off at the heart, and these are from simple feelings of judgment or insecurities, separations, or you'll make it all the way to the third eye and the connection will break off because there is worry, there is thought. Stop letting your mind tell you what you are and simply let it perceive what you actually are. Instead of it having to tell you a story that you then hear and obey, let it simply be open and observe so it may perceive me. We will build bridges. Don't worry. We are connected. There was someone stepping forward who was not crossed over that you may know. And we're allowing Archangel Michael to take this soul across the veil to bring peace, light, and understanding to them. Release your sorrow. Don't you see the light has come? It's written in the stars because it's your DNA. Your human mind. Forget about him. He's in the past. You can heal. No one controls you. You are not held down. You are alive. You are free. You are awakened. Uriel, To everyone here, rejoice, be joyful. A certain time period is at an end. And though you're entering into a time you may not fully understand, it is directly connected to the heavens. Individually, you may be receiving ladders of light, connecting you up to the heavens, connecting you up to Metatron, connecting you up to us. But this ladder of light is already connected to the collective consciousness. We're here to help. And going beyond helping, this has always been planned this way. So it's not that the world has gotten so bad that it just needs angelic frequencies now. It's just that this is the time period that you were meant to experience this frequency. At one time when you incarnated, it was very primal, and you were meant to experience that. You were meant to feel and experience and explore and observe your root spaces. And over time, each time period has technically represented a different chakra or a different seal. So when you reach your crown, know that it is a collective reach. And this is where ascension begins. Thank you.